Welcome back to the coin world, old coin review and value. Today, we dive into the fascinating and controversial story of one of the most talked about coins in U.S. numismatic history, the 1969 Lincoln Liberty 1-cent penny. Buckle up, because this coin's journey is filled with mystery, rarity, and value that can skyrocket up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 1969 Lincoln penny might look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but for coin collectors, it holds secrets that few coins do, with multiple varieties, errors, and one very famous counterfeit case. This penny has earned legendary status. Like all Lincoln cents since 1909, the 1969 penny features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse, however, still carried the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo, a style introduced in 1959 to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1969 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, San Francisco S Mint Mark. Over 1.1 billion coins were minted that year across these locations, making it a common coin, unless you're lucky enough to find a rare variety. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, and has a diameter of 1905. It's a standard composition for pennies before the 1982 transition to copper-plated zinc, the 1969S double die obverse DDO. Now here's where the magic begins. The 1969S doubled die obverse is among the rarest and most valuable Lincoln penny varieties. It features strong doubling on the date, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." What makes this double die special is its dramatic and unmistakable doubling. The letters and numbers appear as though they were stamped twice. No magnifying glass is needed. The doubling is that bold. Be especially careful when checking the liberty. The doubling there is the most evident. Only dozens of authentic 1969 SDDOs are known to exist. This scarcity, combined with the fact that many were mistakenly destroyed by the Secret Service due to counterfeiting fears, makes this coin exceptionally rare and desirable. In 1969, after some fake double die coins surfaced, the U.S. Secret Service launched an investigation and mistakenly confiscated legitimate coins, thinking they were counterfeit. This incident caused even more panic and destroyed real valuable coins. Today, a genuine 1969S doubled die penny can fetch between $35,000 to over $1 for 100,000, depending on its condition. In 2008, a high-grade MS-64 red example sold for $126,500 at auction. Besides the DDO, collectors should be aware of other varieties like the 1969 D penny, common but worth more in high grade, the 1969S regular strike, not a DDO. Proof strikes from San Francisco. Doubling on a coin is caused by a misalignment during the hubbing process at the mint. A genuine double die occurs at the die-making stage, not when the coin is struck, which is why it's so special and rare. The 1960s were a transformative decade for the U.S. Mint. Rising metal costs, increasing coin demand, and advancements in minting technology created a climate where die inconsistencies and errors became more common, leading to collectible anomalies like the 1969S double die. During the early 1960s, the U.S. experienced coin shortages due to hoarding and rising silver prices. Although pennies were not made of silver, the increased attention to coins in general spurred public interest in finding valuable pieces, making errors like the 1969 dough even more desirable when discovered. The San Francisco Mint, where the rare DDO was struck, had just reopened for coin production in 1965. After functioning primarily as an assay office, its relatively new equipment and processes may have played a role in the error's creation. The type of doubling seen in the 1969S is called a Class 1 double die, or hub doubling, meaning the working die received multiple misaligned impressions from the master hub. This results in uniform doubling across all affected design elements. The coin was first reported in the early 1970s by a collector who submitted it to the Secret Service, believing it might be counterfeit due to the extreme doubling. This triggered the historic and tragic seizure of several genuine specimens. Acting on advice from Mint officials, the Secret Service confiscated legitimate 1969 SDDO coins, mistaking them for counterfeits created by overlaying dies. Only years later did the numismatic community correct this misunderstanding. Despite seizures, fewer than 100 genuine examples are believed to have survived, a tiny number compared to billions of standard 1969 cents. Their rarity alone gives them monumental appeal. The scare involved a notorious individual who fabricated dies to mimic the DDO appearance. These fakes were crude and easily spotted by experts, but the damage to public perception lingered, prompting increased scrutiny of all 1969s specimens. The rise of third-party grading services in the 1980s, like PCGS and NGC, helped authenticate and protect genuine 1969s DDOs. Their sealed slabs provide certainty to collectors and preserve long-term value. One of the most famous examples, graded PCGS MS64RD, sold for over $100,000. Another example, graded MS66 Road, was valued at nearly $500,000. These eye-popping prices continue to elevate the coin's status. Unlike some more subtle double dies like 1955 or 1972, the 1969s stands out for its bold and clean doubling, often labeled as dramatic by numismatists. It's one of the few that doesn't require a magnifying glass for initial identification. The 1955 DDO is often considered the most famous double die penny, but the 1969s is far rarer and arguably more valuable. Both coins share cult followings and are holy grails. In the Lincoln Cent series, the coin created a ripple in the Lincoln-1 collector community. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the Coin World.